City coffee today. We're always here.
Okay, hey, welcome back. So that whole recording, it didn't work, so here we are. So here is RoastPath. So I actually applied for RoastPath back in January. RoastPath is by Mill City Roasters. So I have a Mill City roaster, a 1 kilogram. So as you can see in RoastPath, it's free. So if you have one roaster, you can save up to 10 roast profiles. So this is perfect for somebody like me. I have one roaster, 1 kilogram. I do a little bit on the side, basically a hobbyist, right? And then to pay monthly, it's quite, it's quite affordable versus I think Cropster was pretty pricey. I don't remember the pricing right now, but I remember when I saw it, I remember the feeling, which was, I can't afford that. I'm going to show you guys what's in the roast portal, and I was approved as a beta tester maybe like a couple days ago. So here are the roasts that I did yesterday that you're gonna see in this video. The first one was complete wash. Couldn't use it because basically you have to press the button. So I didn't press the button. So I will just give you a little tour around here. So here's the dashboard. The dashboard will show your saved roasts, okay? So the first thing I did was I input in my roaster, Nugget. And this thing, I believe they only approved people who had Mill City roasters, so cool. The biggest problem was between, besides little like cool little fine-tuned things, was that you couldn't select your sensor configuration in Artisan. So I was using Artisan before, right? So it's an open source software. It didn't line up. So already the data that it was presenting in Artisan when I was using my Mill City roaster was just kind of off a little bit. It was a little askew. And when I went to Scott Rayo's class, and then I started to follow up and ask questions, they were like, yeah, you got to fix this, you got to fix that. Well, I feel like all that, I don't have to really worry about that anymore. I'm sure there's still some fine tuning, but it's nice to know that the software which I'm using to make decisions in the roast has a configuration for it. Like, it's done. They already know what kind of machine you have. You know what I mean? So that's cool. So you can input your fuel source, your capacity, right? I got 1 kilogram here, the model year, and all that stuff. Okay, cool. So as you can see, you can custom configure, like if you did get a better sensor or whatever, right, for your bean temp. Okay, so here's where I've put in all of my greens. Right now in stock we have a Colombia, an El Salvador, Ethiopia, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. So I want to get in here a double washed or something like that, so that for the sampler pack that I have, that people can taste all the types of processed coffee. That was the goal, but it's hard to get that all the time. But so you can put in all your greens, and then in your coffees right here, you basically can set the course for the day. So the way that I'll be roasting from now on, now that I have this really cool software, is to first create a coffee or a batch that I'm going to roast that day, and maybe kind of like plan my day out a little bit more. So I definitely started with the Honduras, and then I started on the Colombia, and then I think secondly was Guatemala, and then lastly was the Colombia. So I kind of work from the lowest elevation of bean to the highest, and my thinking is that the higher the elevation, the more sort of power and the more consistency I'm going to need. That's my little basic theory. It's not always going to work, right? Because we have some honey pressed coffees and dry pressed coffees that are grown at a lower elevation. So I would typically roast those first, because my machine, I believe, is just not, at its hottest. It's not going to be, hasn't run for a good, like, solid 4 times or something like that. It's just my little theory. So once you create a coffee, right, these are all the profiles attached to this Honduras. Now, the first one, like I said, was a wash. I couldn't use it. So that's just mentally for me. But I can click into here and view. So here's 1612, 1628. So this is the first one I did or technically the second one I did, right? So let's view it. Let's take a look at it. So I'm getting to know the software, right? And I'm also, the machine is not up to speed yet, I guess, at its warmest, you know, at its consistent warm, in terms of being consistent. So we see this little dip here. But here we go. Charge at 442. This is not accurate. I charge at the PID. The PID will say 380. So as always with Artisan, the charge is, it states that it's higher because it's logging that ET. I don't know what that's about. So I don't really mind that as much. Turning point's at 2 minutes, cool. My green's at 5. And all these numbers look pretty good, right? In terms of marking the events that happen in the roast. Okay, so that's that one. And you can print it out. You could share this. You have your, I'm not sure why. Oh yeah, okay. Then you can select the green that you're roasting here. And then when you're actually roasting, there's actually a little pop out here that will pop out, and you can input even more things with the roast. So we've got a 45, 35, 20 development time, overall development time. All right. So we go back, and then we can look at, until, let's view the last one. Okay, so we're getting the machine a little bit more warmed up. The curves look a little bit better. Still, the numbers look right? The numbers look right for the event, having a little bump here. And this just shows me, when I go back into roasting the next Colombia batch, that it responds a little bit different than, say, a Honduran. So these are all little mental notes that you take, and you could take physical notes as well right here. Like as you're actually roasting, for sure. So the reason why I didn't know the first use of this software was a wash. I didn't know that these were buttons, right, when you're actually roasting. So it's a software on your PC. You download it from the Google App Store. That I didn't get to. I was just like, I've been on a lot of like antibiotics lately, so I'm not as like sharp. But yeah, they're buttons, so you've got to press the button. And when you press the button for charge, it has a countdown. It says actually countdown. It says countdown. So countdown, 3, 2, 1, charge, like this. So you want to hit that button probably when you're 1 degree away from charging, in my experience. And then you hit that button for turning point. And since my PC's touchscreen, and like you'll see in the video, I like habitually use the mouse, but you could just, if you have a touchscreen, it's really nice. So my next goal will be to create a station where I can put in my tablet or my PC, my tablet PC, so that I can just easily touch and, you know, have everything more accessible. That's going to be my next step, and that'll document here and how I create that. I've seen other setups before, but now that we're in quarantine, it's a perfect time to kind of build something out. And so yeah, you hit these buttons: charge, turning point, green to yellow, first crack. I never hit second crack on my roast. And then you drop. So you just don't press that button. Okay. So, so far, it's freaking dope. I like it. There is an option to go live and broadcast. That's pretty cool. I don't think I'll be using that anytime soon. I'm still in the mode of like, I need to focus. I need to use all of my knowledge and everything when I roast, but still pretty cool. So this is amazing that you'll be able to access this through the web anywhere. All of your roasts, you can take notes, you can adjust your green, all that kind of stuff. And then here's a form in here that I've been, that I introduced myself in. So every now and again I come into the form and see what's going on here, which is pretty dope. Business advice. So yes, I would like to take this into a real business. Will it be possible? Yes, everything's possible. The artist in me and the insecure person that resides in everyone starts screaming like, "You're not ready." The "you're not ready" thing is really loud. It scares me, which I always like think back to, well, in the photography world, I'm always pushing my husband to like, go do it, go sell it, go, you know, like, because I'm not the artist there. In roasting, I am the art. Now I feel the sort of scary, like, I'm a fraud, or I'm like, I'm not good enough. Like, it's so stupid. So, but yeah, we definitely would want to take it to visit. It's just a matter of like the logistics, right? And then of course your own mental block that you just always get in your own way. But yeah, so without further ado, I'm either gonna make it into a second part, so I have like a full one, or I'll make like a part 2 because this is gonna be long. Okay, but I make long videos anyway, so whatever. Here you go. Enjoy. I'm gonna roast, and you're gonna see the mistake that I made, and how I adjusted from that. And I'll even add some voiceover because the sound, I apologize, is quite hard to get around. You have the beans rotating in the drum, so it's hard to hear. But I'll try to explain everything that's going on there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and you'll find the link to RoastPath. So if you do have a Mill City roaster, maybe you can be part of the beta testing group as well. And even if you don't have a Mill City roaster, for sure, I think it's going to be helpful. I think the big comparison will be, it's already really better. It's already way better than Artisan. Okay, obviously, no hate to Artisan. Still love that thing. That's still pretty cool that they're able to provide that kind of software. But the probably the big thing will be CropServe versus RoastPath. So, and really it's all preference, but it also could be price. You know, it looks like RoastPath is, I would say, $9 a month. If I was paying for it, is not that big a deal. Okay, let's get to roasting.
1 minute soak. Timer. Okay. Yeah. Automatically the RoastPath picked up the charge. That's cool. Just soak for a minute and back on.
What is it? Is it good?
Huh?
Is it good?
What is it?
So in this video, I actually roasted 5 batches of coffee here. You're only going to see like maybe 2.5. It was super long, but you'll be able to see just the process. Here, the first one, I want you to see how I messed up and how I adjusted with that. So if you can't roast with software, you have to roast with your own knowledge and experience. I've had to do that a couple of times because sometimes software messes up, right? So there's that. And then you're going to see it run fairly smooth in the next round using RoastPath and marking all of the events correctly, which is pretty dope. And we're also recording live to IG at Black City Coffee. So if you want to follow along and ask questions and stuff like that and watch me roast live, be sure to follow us at Black City Coffee on IG or Instagram. Okay, so I'll catch back with you in probably a good 30 minutes later. Enjoy the process of roasting coffee. It's all about patience and letting what's already there kind of like shine and come through and not messing it up. Okay, see ya.
Uh-oh. It's wrong. I see. Okay. They're buttons. That's okay. I got it in my mind. Now, can you roast without software? I can. Maybe you can. Let's see. Probably, yeah. Right there. We need, okay, now we're waiting for yellow. Okay, so yeah, you have to press the button. It's not an automatic start. And it goes countdown charge in 3, 2, 1, like that. So, alright. Experimenting. Oh, okay. Thanks, Ron.
That's it?
That's it? Yes. I don't have time to download it. 4.
I'm gonna film it right now.
Yep. Where you go.
What is going on in Black City? So we can follow.
Green to yellow. Okay. That's gonna mess with me a little bit, so I'm gonna focus here.
Yeah, still focus a little.
Focus?
Maybe we'll go live.
Yep. Come on.
So 1, 2. Hey guys, we're here live at Black City Coffee, and Megan, our primary roaster here.
Oh, yes.
So what are we roasting in today?
Roasting Honduras today.
And you're trying out a new software?
Yeah, we're trying out RoastPath today, which I already messed up. So, but that's that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna
And
figure it out.
It's a beta software, you said, right?
I'm a beta tester for RoastPath, so we're gonna see. Okay, we're reading yellow, so
Yes, the focus right now.
and
So the roaster is actually all preheated, the beans are in there already, and we're just waiting for it to go through first crack, right?
it smells really good.
It hasn't gone through first crack yet.
Not yet, yeah. We just hit yellow
And for
around 5 minutes.
can you describe more what first crack is?
No, not yet. You do it. Let me focus.
Needs it focus.
First crack is the first crack. It's the crack that is first. So I don't know what my ROR is here, but I think we're in good shape.
What does ROR
Oh
stand
my
for?
rating. Realize, yeah. So at 6 minutes I'm gonna come down in my heat again. Maybe about 50%. Right here.
Brew my coffee.
It's the best smell ever.
So just to update you, Megan is roasting Honduras right now.
Honduras.
Yep.
Yeah. We're trying out RoastPath. You should show them the RoastPath software.
So
It looks dope. First of all, I just messed up.
we're roasting Honduras.
310.
How many pounds are you roasting?
2.2.
2.2.
Yeah, that's why my roaster's name is Nugget.
Why?
Small but good.
Yeah. Yeah, we love this 1 kilo. Especially if it fits in our tiny garage here. Yeah, we're in Southern California. We're based in Orange. We're actually several streets down from Bodie Leaf.
Okay. I'm not going to touch my meat anymore. Keep rising. You know, on the next one, I'm going to nail it on the next one. And I think this software is going to be pretty cool. Okay, 326.
So we're still testing out this beta software by, what's it called again?
RoastPath?
RoastPath. And that's by Mill City.
Yeah. Well, I think I don't know if it's by Mill City, but I feel like they contacted me. I don't know. I forgot how it happened, but it was through Mill City. It was in there somewhere.
And prior to using the software, we're using.
I think it is by Mill City because I
it's
see
by-
Derek all over the. I see Derek all over the artwork. I don't want to misspeak.
Yeah. So Bruma said, I'm from Mexico and shared to buy some green beans in the USA. I was thinking Sweet Maria for the crown. You have any? Do you have any thoughts or recommendations?
I think Sweet Maria's okay. We got first crack. We're at 8:49. Okay, just a little bit later. Okay. Yeah, I've heard of Sweet Maria. I haven't heard of the crown. But Sweet Maria is well known in the community, as you probably know. I source my coffee from Bodie because they're local, so I get free shipping. Or I can just pick it up or just go. But yeah, Sweet Maria's. That guy in there, he's all about coffee, so I would trust him for sure. This first crack, you hear it?
Can you hear the first crack?
So, we got 8:50. My first crack. I should have been writing it down. I'm just been doing it on my head. Around 9:50 and then lowered it.
Smells good.
Come down a little. Just the alarm. Don't worry about it.
Bodie, let me comment below.
I'm roasting on pure intuition and experience right now. We're kind of roasting kind of blind. It's okay. It's all good. Drops in them.
Okay.
On the side.
Alright, hold this camera. I'll be right over there.
Yeah, hurry up, please. Get the runner.
Alright.
Okay. So. Okay. Ready? Go on, good.
We're ready. Are you guys ready? Oh, Brian Arnold said hi.
Hi, Brian. Long time no see. Look, really quick. Just gotta cool down quickly.
So usually we'll package this. You'll do a cupping first, right? What's the process after it?
After I cup, I just want to make sure I did okay. And then I'll package everything in vacuum sealed bags right away so that it doesn't get stale or anything. And then they'll sit until they're ready to ship.
Usually we ship the next day. And
Yeah. And they're going to go in this bin. Market. Honduras.
Brian's asking how long is the whole process?
Oh, probably for a whole roast, 12 minutes. But to preheat and like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's about 30 minutes.
When I get rolling, it's about 12 minutes for every batch. Check.
So this is our cooling tray here, and after the beans are cool, she'll drop it.
Yeah. Let's show them the RoastPath while it's cool.
Oh yeah, I want to show you that new software.
This is the new software, and this is pretty awesome. I didn't know that these were buttons, okay? So next time when I charge, I'm going to hit this button charge, and then I hit the button for turning points for green or yellow, RoastPath, and so on, right? And then I drop, and then it should, that's why the data's all kind of messed up. It should track all my curves and everything. So we're going to call it a wash, and then start a new test, and do it again on the test with Honduras.
Cool.
But it looks already a lot nicer than like Artisan, because I can't afford crops there. So this is an awesome alternative provided by RoastPath.
So again, we're testing out this beta software made by Mill City, and so far prior to using this software, we were using Artisan to roast our beans. Looks great.
Yeah. I like this coffee. It's easy to roast and it tastes really good. And that's it.
So, how is Bodhi leaf beans good quality?
How?
Yeah.
They're great. They're a specialty grade only.
There.
Turn up the fan.
Yeah.
So we're gonna preheat here for about 10 minutes. Okay, and then we'll clear this one. Discard. Delete. And then, okay. So that's ready. We'll do that correctly next time.
So how many?
We're gonna measure out 2.2 pounds. Wait.
So this is our second batch of Honduras.
Yeah, second batch.
The machine is ready preheated, so
Yeah, it's ready preheated. I need to cool down a little. A little hot. This machine is so powerful.
thank you, Bruma.
That's why I call nugget. Okay, let's get ready.
So we're dropping.
Okay. Charge. Charge at 380.
So, did it say 380 on the diagram?
Countdown. Charge. Start. Timer. Alright, we did that correctly. Yay! Soak for 1 minute.
So Brian asked, where did your love for coffee come from?
Maybe my dad. My dad got me into coffee. Everything my dad did, I want to do. So, but that was before when I was drinking with cream and sugar and all that stuff. This came from just me. I love coffee.
And he's been drinking coffee ever since we met. Started off with Folgers, and then Folgers became...
I was drinking Folgers, guys. I didn't know. Alright, so we're going to do a soak, and then we're going to turn the heat back on. Boom. Okay. Now we're going to watch. We're going to watch on the RoastPath. We're going to look for the turning point. When the beans are what is it? The same temperature. You're gonna see this green curve kind of turn around. That's basically turn.
So when the beans are the same temperature as the
When
environmental temperature?
when they get up to temperature, right? It's gonna turn. So we'll call that turning point, and we mark that. I'm gonna hit the button and mark it turning point. And if we're below or under what we normally are, that's just a mental note to go and adjust or whatever we need to do. So we're gonna turn pretty soon now. We're at 1 minute 54. I wonder if it'll let you know. It's already turning. I'm gonna just call it. So yeah, an artisan will kind of mark it for you automatically. This one you call it, I guess. I think. But we'll call it now. Alright, so we'll go back to the triad. Now see, it's still super green, so I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, usually we want to see the roast a little yellow, lightly yellow.
Fully yellow.
Fully yellow.
No more green. And then we'll call that yellow. So that's subjective too, somebody would call. So it's very touchy-feely roasting.
That's where the art comes in, right? In roasting.
Yeah. Everybody has their own style and what they call it. This smell is my favorite when it's starting to go to yellow versus when it's done and everything. This smell is like, it's amazing. You haven't smelled anything yet. You haven't smelled this. Ooh,
Can you describe the smell?
it's really different. There's like a lot of, I don't know, it's grassy, it's kind of sweet, there's some caramel, there's some like bitterness to it. I don't know, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Alright, take a look at this, we're almost at 4 minutes, so mentally I should be going like, ooh, okay, we should be approaching yellow pretty soon. So we look through this side hole, still green, so we're chilling. We're like at max power right now almost. The best smells. Yep, see, it's still green. If I start to see a little bit like yellow spotting, I guess, I'll back up on heat a little bit. Oh, we're cool. We're good. Okay, we're getting there soon. Very soon. Go to 5 minutes. Okay, that's yellow. We're gonna mark that. So then we go up on the air.
So where was the yellow? Where this line is right here?
I don't know, I just marked it there.
Oh.
So around 6 minutes, we're gonna back up on the heat. So I always up the air first, and then adjust the gas. Because if you do both at the same time, it's like a boost. It's like too sudden with this machine. Ooh, but now it's like more berries. It's like you smell more berries. Okay, back up on heat a little. Overall temperature is 321. So around 350 to 370 start approaching first crack. ROR is looking great. No weird spiky things going on. Looks good so far. Uh-oh, we're bringing it up a little. That means let's come down underneath. Come down right here. We're at like 50%. Okay, cool. We're gonna coast here. I'm not gonna touch my heat anymore. And we're gonna wait for first crack. According to theory. According to theory.
Cool. Alright guys. Thank you for chiming in live from Black City.
Yeah, we'll be here all night. Come back every Thursday.
Every Thursday.
Shine the room.
Take care everyone.
Later. 214, 215.
Yeah.
The baby?
The head. That's creepy. I was gonna get this for biking.
Oh, okay.
What do you think?
Sure. Looks cool.
Wait, I wasn't sure if it's like $18. Hopefully it fits around the helmet. Because it has this. Around the helmet. Goggles go here. I hope so.
First crack 905, 1005, 1105.
Like that.
Yeah.
So it's attached.
But won't you be hot the same?
Well, this has it's plastic, so it's breathing through it. Sure. Try it out. Oh damn, right in June.
That's still on.
Huh?
Ah.
Oh. Oh, you can cut that one out.
Yeah.
Whatever I was saying.
Ooh-wee! Oh, can you take a picture of it, like when the smoke's coming out and I pull it out the try like this?
Oh.
Okay, right?
Oh no, wait.
Like just like.
Oh no, the camera will pick that up. Like just your hands?
Okay, never mind. There, drop some. are long.
What's the maintenance of this machine?
Mostly
this?
it's like that shit.
Like this turning thing right here.
I don't know. Nobody ever talks about it. I think it's really few and far between.
Nice.
Guess what?
Fly your gunner. Fly your gunner, man.
Oh, you want it. Wait!
Usually at least the sun doesn't hit right here.
Yeah.
Versus when you were right here, the sun hits you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is better.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay, that's about finishing it up for today. We are just closing up shop. So we did a total of 5 roasts today. We did Honduras, I think 4 batches of that. We did a Guatemalan, and then we finished it out with a Colombian. So all washed coffees today. I have just ordered new honey processed coffees and natural processed coffees. So that is coming soon, and I'll be filming that as well the next time. So now I'm going to be adjusting my roasting schedule to be more, I guess, longer. We're going to have a longer day of roasting. We're shutting off everything. We're just cooling down the beans right now, and then we're going to drop them into our collection bin. So I've basically already turned down the ignition. I've turned off the gas, just turning off everything and slowly checking everything. Checking to see if the beans are cooled. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Really long video with RoastPath, and then roasting back to back about 5 batches on my 1 kilogram Mill City roaster. Follow me on IG. We're at Black City Coffee, and sometimes we go live and post our roasts for that day. So check it out. Links in the description. Comment down below what you want to see next. And I'm really enjoying making these videos and sharing my love for coffee with all of you guys. So cool. Stay good. See ya.